So we're going to do all that. And in the front of this, we're going to review the finale of Stranger Things 5. The end of Stranger Things is here. Stranger Things 5 finale review. If you are new to LFG, we do spoiler free up front. We give ratings, maybe just a little bit about how we felt about it. And then once all that is through, we'll give a spoiler tag. And then we're just going to dive headfirst into that. So, Stranger Things season 5 finale, series finale. Who wants to go first? I know there's hella thoughts in this room right now.
Think so?
Oh,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. I'll take it here. Spoiler free, so I'm not going to get into anything about anything. Just ratings and initial thoughts. Nothing crazy. Season finale review. I'm gonna rate that. I'm at a 5. I'm at a 5. Average. Season review rating. I think I gotta go 5 on that one too.
Oh,
Average compared to the 1 through 4.
are we
Worst
dumping
one.
right now?
Worst one. So there you go. And then overall as a show, I gotta go 8. I think I gotta go 8 overall.
Not bad.
Okay, that's where I'm at right there. Obviously, we're gonna talk about it in a second here, and I'm not gonna get into heavy stuff there. But yeah, those are my initial ratings: 5, 8. Finale review, season review, and show review. There you go, Cody.
Ooh, he passed it on. Okay. Wow, 5.58. That's how you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of theories about the finale and the show and just the plot in general. And it was clear to me once it got to an extreme. I was like, clearly people are just pulling at things that because they've seen rewatch it so many times, coming up with so many theories, and they're tying theories together that they're just coming up with these grand scale type things. And people forget this is just a regular show. Not to say that the show isn't as big as it is, but it's just a regular show. Y'all are making this more than what it was for the past 5 seasons, for being honest. And this finale really emphasized that. For the finale, I'm at a 6. And I feel like I could push it. No, I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7 because of how I'm explaining this. For the season though, whew, man. I felt they did start off strong because I love lore. I love figuring things out. And they did start off strong with that in the first episode, but it fell off real quick. So for the season, I'm at a 4 probably. It's a lot of nothing. And obviously, as a show as a whole, at the end of the day, I don't personally respect Stranger Things because I've always talked crap about it. I've always said it's been a downhill slope. But nonetheless, it's enjoyable in some parts. It's not completely dog. So, as a show, I'm at a 7. Yeah.
That's a lot higher than I thought he was going to say.
I want to go lower, but
For the
at the end of the day, I feel like as a whole, the show is not a bad show. But, things do drop. So.
The finale... Man, there was a point where I thought oh, we are in for some good shit here. And then something happened, and then another thing happened, and I was like, oh, that's where we're going. Okay. And then by the end of it, honestly, the ending and certain character wrap-ups, I did like. There's things in the beginning of the episode before you get the meat and potatoes of what's going on, I also enjoyed. But as a whole, as a ending of a decade, I think I'm at a 6. I think I'm at a 6 for that finale. There was things that I enjoyed. There's things that I wish that they did. But as a whole, it was frustrating, I think is the best word that I can use to describe the finale. The season, I think Volume 1 was exceptional. I had problems in volume 2, but I don't think it was bad. And then there's a finale. So when you tally all that up, I think I'm at a 7 for this last season. And then the show, I mean, because I don't really know how bad season 2 really is. I know people like to say that's the worst one, and probably after season 5 drops for a lot of people, this is probably the worst season for a lot of people. But I've only seen season 2 once when it came out, and the only thing that I know that I didn't like about it was the Lost Sister episode. But other than that, season 2 might not be as bad as we think it is. I like season 3. I love season 4. Obviously, season 1 is the GOAT, and season 5 is a 7. So as a whole, I think I'm with J-Mag. I think I'm at an 8 for the show. Great show. It obviously took a long ass time to complete this show. When you look at it, 5 seasons, taking 10 years, whatever the amount of time is honestly wild. But I mean, a lot of great memories, great characters, and yeah, it's just one of those things where maybe we wish it wrapped up a little better, but it is what it is. It's what we got. And let's talk about the finale. Anything?
Let me start off with one of these. Let me start off with one of these right here. Knock that shit out the park. What did I say was going to happen in the finale here? Okay. What did I say was going to happen?
What did you say?
What did I say? One person, right? We're in spoilers already. So if you're fair warned, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Spoilers right now. What did I say was going to happen? One person only was going to die. And that was it. And who was it? The sister Callie. Or I think Callie. They didn't have the balls to kill anybody. They did not want to touch anybody whatsoever. And I was already expecting this. I called this even before this shit even came out. So I'm gonna hit that home run right there. Take my lap around.
Say that.
Because yeah, that was insane. And I was expecting it, but for them to actually do it, wild.
Because and it's crazy because you're absolutely right. Them being so scared to kill off their cast is wild. And
it's actually insane.
And it's more insane to me. 2 points. One, that they continuously do these fake death scares, like Steve falling off. Like we knew. Like,
he said 5 deaths, right? That's what he said. He should. 5. I think he meant 5 fake outs. Is what he meant. Yeah, that's what he meant. 5 fake outs.
Literally fake out every chance they get.
Yep.
But point 2 is, even when they show you an opportunity that they killed somebody off in the most, like, not even crazy, just so like, of course, that's how you kill her off, which is 11. You bring her back because, of course, don't get me wrong, it's explained, it makes sense. But even when you kill somebody off, you bring them back. So it's like, it's just a joke now. Nobody's gonna die. Oh man, we're gonna get into it. This is crazy. It's crazy. It might go down. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I mean, I was fully expecting that. I mean, I was like, it almost got me when 11. It almost did. It didn't, but it almost did. And I was like, nah, something's going to happen. She's going to call back. She's going to do something. I wasn't expecting her. The way that they showed us she's back, I was pissed off. I was like, that's it. You're just going to cut ties with everybody, leave, and
yeah,
you're off in Iceland, it looked like. I think at the end of the thing it said Iceland, whatever. But that's it. You're done. No communication with nobody. You're gonna let Hopper think you're dead. That your father figure, your boyfriend, potentially husband. That's the way it was looking like. Later on in the future, no, all of that's gone. I'm gonna go live in a village in Iceland and do my thing. That was very, very disappointing for me.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, that's so tough. Honestly, because honestly, in my mind, I kind of saw it as this is what Mike is hoping happened, because for him to know all that doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah,
like he pieced out a whole thing. But even if you go the way that I just laid it out, it's like them leaving the door open for people to assume she's alive is weak as fuck. Like, it's already on the heels of you not being able to touch any of the main cast. Then you do that. Like, you have what we think is the balls to kill the main character, and then you do that. It's just like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And I knew we were in for some shit when they didn't kill Steve, man.
I knew it. When it cuts to black, I said he's alive. I'm so pissed.
They had an opportunity right there to start off with a death and to start with Steve, especially given the fact that Dustin was like, I can't let you die. You're not going to die. If they would have done that, bro, this
it was
could have been
early.
It was early.
Yeah, it was
I was
early.
like, yeah,
And-
that would
and
have been
don't
crazy.
get me wrong, it obviously just would not make sense, especially for the plot for a story to just make it like this. But if Dustin were to jump off to try and catch him and they both die, I would have been like, that would have been, hey, they got it. But they too
That
scared,
would've been
bro.
crazy,
Because
yeah.
if you die, I die type shit. But they too scared.
And it's just like this. It was this thing. It's the Stranger Things thing now. Because when I see it in a future show going forward, it's what I'm gonna think back to. The only people that died were new entries to the story,
Bro,
every
oh
single
my
time.
God.
Yeah.
When they said 5 deaths, they meant 5 enemy deaths. So they didn't mean 5 main character deaths. Because oh my God, we're gonna get into it. I was so mad, especially because it felt like we were pacing kind of fast for 2 hours. I was like, yo, we're kind of getting to the end, or like as far as the battle, it's like, yo, we're kind of already there. What's going on? And then they have the opportunity.
That written down,
Yeah. Oh well, if you want to go into an order, because I'm just gonna jump into places.
No, it's well, I guess it is the order of things that happen. But no, go ahead, because I have it written down.
Because like, and this was the thing that stood out to me. I was like, they got to killing Vecna fast, and
yeah,
instead of just killing him, we're trying to convince the kids he's evil. What are we doing? Let's get this. I'm pretty sure if you kill him, his true form is gonna reveal in the discussion. Why do you even need to explain this to the children? Like, obviously they set it up to where they have to explain for the children, but that was dumb to me. You have the opportunity to kill him. Why are we letting him survive and do all that?
I don't think she could have killed him right there. How was she gonna kill him right there?
Same way she broke all the people's necks in that room when Colin died.
That's different. That's different though to me, in my opinion. That's Vecna. That's not no soldier.
No, and I'm
know?
hearing you. We clearly saw that he could fight back towards. They could fight each other's power off. But he was when they first got there, they were on the table sitting down. He was distracted. There was no way he could have countered her. She could have snapped his neck easily in all of this.
That's fair, but I think it would have taken. And obviously, we do not know. This is pure speculation. I think it would have taken more. I think it would have taken more than just to try to.
And that's fair. If you want to do that,
Yeah.
that's fair. But I still think it was dumb.
I get what you're saying though.
After she pushed him, and the kids came out of the trans.
Yeah,
they allowed him to even have the opportunity to kill Elle. Like they thought, like, they were for sure that he was not gonna kill Elle. Like, when he got up and he was like, "Where are the kids at?" and he grabbed her, I was like, "Bro, are y'all serious? Y'all letting this happen?" And then do it now, and then she wants to stab him now, and it's like,
she has to. They always have to say the last word too, right? Hello, brother.
Oh my God, yeah,
just do it.
Just do it, bro. What are you doing? and it's so bad. To me, it's annoying because it's like, you think this knife is gonna work, but Elle can't do it. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I get, trying to convince the kids, because if you don't got the kids on your side, it's just going to make it so much more difficult to do everything. And, that made sense to me. But I get what you're saying.
One of the big positives for me, and it was really just the beginning, because obviously we don't get that by the end because, she's gone. But in the beginning, when they're showing a lot of the scenes with Elle and Hopper, I thought those scenes were really good.
Yeah.
With David Harbour, he's so good.
Not gonna lie, he carried
really
the
good.
episode for me for sure. Even though he played a big
And I can
part,
see
they emphasized it, but his presence in the show just emphasizes the show insanely. Like, whatever he does, I like it.
No, yeah, for sure, he's really good. So there was that, the Steve fake out. I mean, I've been talking about it the whole season. This pump fake of deaths, it's so fucking annoying. And I know we already talked about the deaths, the pump faking, but bro, like, truly, I'm not excited for anything the Duffer Brothers have going forward.
Hey,
how the fuck can I be?
I agree with you. And just to go back to it real quick, they faked out Elle's death twice. Because when Hopper shot,
I knew that
illusion, bro. In my head, I said, "Finally, they did." Like, this is crazy. This is to kill her off early. It's crazy, but of course,
that one I was already like, nah, that's not real. He's in his head. He was already proven that he's in his head already. So I was like, nah, that would
have been so great. Because I remember hearing theories like, "Oh, somebody's gonna die because somebody's getting into somebody." Like, that was perfect. But
And speaking on the theories, man, we talked about. I think it was Andrea that sent the TikTok of these theories. Hey, the little arrow on the knob is red, and now it's red, and it was black to start off with.
Yeah,
I'm going through the milkshake shot, and there was none of that. None of that mattered.
Okay,
none of that.
This has to be said. because I've been through all the theory videos. All right, so when I tell you like the theories are getting extreme, like it was getting to the point where I was like, this is too good to be true. Like it makes sense. It sounds good. It's too good to be true. And when they got to the theories of, oh, hold on, he might be in Will's head. He might be controlling Will. He might be a spy right now. The colors changing just like the dreams. The fact that doesn't connect and make sense proves that they are just sloppy. It just, oh my God, it has to be deducted.
We should have known that when the Under Armour shit came out, you know?
Like,
I mean,
it wasn't
none of that
shit. It
none of
wasn't
that shit mattered.
intentional.
None of that shit was intentional, bro. And the
just
Duffer
bad
Brothers
writing.
didn't. Yeah, they just, you know, I don't know if they forgot shit and like, oh, that was gray before. Fuck it, we'll just make it red. You know, that's all it was. Like, it's insane. It's insane that all these theories that fans came up with, none of them were true. None of them mattered. None of them equated to anything, and that sucks because there was a lot of good ones out there that could have made this show.
Yeah, I was gonna say because usually
great.
that's fine. That's fine for sure when
Yeah.
fan theories don't pan out because you're not the one that came up with this shit. But when you look back at it and you have the whole picture, and we see these fan theories that are you know super meticulous and are well thought out and put a lot of detail in it because they rewatched these seasons and they know the show seemingly more than the creators seem to know their show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't even go back and watch it to make sure that, you know, they have these details. That's when it's like, well, damn, I wish that theory was better than what the hell we got.
I'm sure the Duffer Brothers did too.
It's so disappointing. And this goes back to, I'm not really excited for anything that the Duffer Brothers cook up later because there's been small things that like, I don't really care about in the grand scheme of watching the show. But when you start to put everything together, it's like, well, fuck, that's a lot. Like the main thing that I saw, and I don't know if Andre, because you guys are talking about Stranger Things for a while, and I wasn't really listening. But that whole thing about Max going into the coma, and she shouldn't have known that Hopper was alive. And then when they all meet up in the season, her not saying shit about it, or them even panning to her like reacting to that. It's really nothing in the landscape of watching the show in real time. But when you, like I said, when you start to add all that shit up, like there's different things where it's like plot holes and different details that they just seemingly threw to the wayside. It's like, fuck, man, this shit is sloppy.
Yeah.
And that hurts.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like we you know, we all like Stranger Things. Shit, even when you know, season 1 in the beginning, we could say love Stranger Things. But there's people that live and die by this show.
Yeah.
And when you do stuff like that, and you know, there's gonna be plot holes in it, and you know, damn near every story. But when you do that many, that's a slap in the face to people that care about your product like that, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And it's crazy because it's just a lot of people were saying, no, it's because y'all aren't paying attention. It's just y'all aren't paying attention. They're like, this is a setup. But before we move on, Ronan commented on TikTok. He said, do y'all think it's really over, or y'all think they're gonna extend it?
Well, we know there's spin-offs coming, right? And I think I saw already an animated picture of the spin-off coming, and it's supposed to deal with other kids in another realm. So, but I do think our cast is done. I don't think we go back to them. Can we get a cameo or something? Maybe, potentially. You know, somebody pops up, but I don't think it's going to focus on them again. I think our main story of Stranger Things is done, in my opinion.
And that's not even the Duffer Brothers, right? Like that spinoff that they have planned.
I don't know. I didn't notice that. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I think it was, though.
I don't even see how. Like, everybody's really moved on. The cast has moved on. Like, not as like their characters in the show. Like, they're all doing their own thing now. They already explained that. Everybody's separated. Obviously, they link up every now and then, but unless Elle comes back and the military is involved again, that's the only possibility. But I don't see that happening because nobody knows she's alive, and that was her whole plan. But like I said, we'll get to that right now because.
Yeah, that's just where I'm at. I'd be surprised if it, you know, Stranger Things 6 and, you know, 2 years. I mean, maybe, right? Maybe, I don't know, another 5 years. I don't know.
Because that gap, bro, at that point, like, they got to have kids, bro. At that point, that's insane.
Speaking on they got to have kids and not necessarily that they're going to have kids, I did like the ending scene here, the last scene of, you know, Holly and her group of friends and Derek.
Yeah,
and, that was a cool scene. That did get me. I'm not even gonna lie. That was a cool scene to kind of just bring everything full circle and him just kind of looking at them and they're ready to go through their own. So
that's why I think the wrap up of the show, while I do think that making this 2 hours was a weird decision. Like, I understand in the grand scale of having like this epic finale, but I feel like the pacing was weird because, like Cody alluded to, and I'm gonna get to it once I get to my next point. Shit was wrapped up quick, and in the scale of it being 2 hours. Like,
yeah,
Vecna died, and I was like, yo, we still got 40 minutes.
Yeah,
we still got 50 minutes. Like,
yeah,
what the hell's going on here? And it was to give characters their send-offs and different things like that. But I don't know, it was just the pacing of that was a little weird to me. But on the same coin, I like the wrap-ups.
Yeah,
for damn near all
sure.
of them. Like, I thought they were good.
They actually put time into the wrap-ups, which is what they didn't do for the story itself, but it's okay.
Yeah, the wrap-ups are cool. I mean, we're going through, the older group with Nancy, you know, and all of them on the rooftop, and they're going, one thing I thought was hilarious, and I mentioned this to Gloria, and I was like, and to all of the whole cast, like that year, I think it was 18 months, right? Gap or time skip. Yep. They try to make everybody look older, and I was like, bro, you don't got to try. They are like, they try to. They're in, different haircuts. Make them,
Derek at the mound. I said, who is that? I
thought that was hilarious, and I was like, no, you don't got to do that. But yeah, them giving them the time to, hey, we're gonna meet up in once a month or whatever, and then all right, cool, they fade to black, and I was like, all right, we're probably done with him unless some final scene at the end when 11 comes back and we see something. Nothing ever happened with that. There was
some alluding, but no, there wasn't.
Yeah, nothing ever happened. It was literally just wrap up. All right, move on to the next group. We went into Hopper and I forget his mom's name. Joyce, and we get that cool. That was a cool scene too. They get married. They're gonna move on with their lives. Everybody got to wrap up. Yeah, everybody got to wrap up, and the wrap ups was cool. I do wish, obviously we said this before. You had the balls to kill certain characters, and then the wrap ups would have been, would have been different. But the people that survived, I think, did get good wrap ups. So,
for what I'm about to say, people have to understand. I have not seen the play. So that's why I'm saying this if this isn't a play. But I feel like there is a lot of explaining to do when it comes to the other world. Like, we don't know where the particle came from. How did they get into possession of it? We don't understand, like, really anything. We don't know where were all the creatures. There was no more Demogorgons. There was nothing. It was just the Mind Flayer, and that was it. Like,
the biggest problem is the bats. What happened to the bats?
There was nothing, like, at all.
No creatures.
They went through the portal to get to the top. Nothing in their way.
They said it. They said, I thought there was going to be more monsters, more creatures.
Like they knew what they wrote.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. I was expecting something.
And obviously, when it comes to shows like this, our main cast is going to win. But to me, it just felt like they had no challenge. Like,
nothing.
Elle was fighting Vecna, and that was it.
Shout out to Landon Ball on YouTube. He said they resolved just about everything except the Turnbow family is still tied up in there.
Oh, that's true.
Facts. True. Bro, what? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. This man, Derek, has not spoken about his family since he showed him flashes of his parents dying. That's all he saw.
Like obviously, shit happened, but it's like, damn, bro. That was a home invasion.
He got adopted by Jonathan. Like,
well, they didn't know outside of Derek. Derek was the only one that knew they got kidnapped. The family was still asleep through the day, so I don't know. Maybe they put him back.
Up, though.
Yeah, the house. Yeah,
but
that's true.
It's crazy because it's like,
that's right.
After Vecna shows him, like, I'm gonna kill your family, you don't hear Derek say at all at the end, like, where's my parents? I need to find my, like, he don't care. He had no care in the world. But of course, he wanted to be fake back in episode, I think it was back in episode 5 or 6 when he like switched sides for a little bit because of the scare. I was like, come on, man. They just writing is bad at this point.
No, yeah, for sure. But they speaking on the Vecna shit, they got to that quick and they resolved it quick. Like, the build up for that was throughout all these seasons and all. And shout out to, I think Cody is the one that first brought it up too. And I wasn't thinking that. I think we even talked about it in the pod how the Mind Flayer was the old. Well, we'll talk about that right now. But was the final boss and Vecna was the lackey, right? But it turns out they're working together. So I mean, but yeah. That was the final boss.
Also, speaking on that, so we've had this impression that the entire time has been a hive mind, and we see that because if Vecna gets hurt, the thing gets hurt, or the Mind Flayer gets hurt. The Mind Flayer gets hurt, Vecna gets hurt. Will didn't get hurt, but he was feeling everything Vecna was feeling when he was going through his memories. I was like, so is he not a part of the hive? We're just gonna ignore that? Like, There was no explanation on
Well, they
none of
didn't really
that.
show it, did they? Like when the Mind Flayer and Vecna were simultaneously getting hurt, like they didn't pan to Will. I don't think.
No, they only panned to Will back when Vecna was in his memories hunting for the kids. And we showed him
got shot in the
visibly
hand.
getting, he was actually going through it because obviously he was seeing through his eyes, but he was actually feeling it too. Like it was there. So
That's what I'm saying. So if they didn't pan to it, I mean, maybe, and obviously, you would want to see that, but maybe he was. We just didn't see it.
But I'm saying, like, the hive mind is killed. That means everything is killed. That's how that works.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but I don't think he was that type of connected, right? He wasn't joined.
See, now I have an explanation because Vecna said it's a choice, and he chose to be with the Mind Flayer. So he didn't reject it. So Will probably rejected it, which is obviously but they didn't say that is all I'm saying. They left it open-ended.
Right.
Froglight Mage said he has hive mind in him, but it's not all him. And that's kind of what J-Mag was saying. Like, I'm of that mindset too. Like, I don't like they're connected, but I don't know. I feel like
not
it's
in the
like
same way.
Hack.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
But since we're on the topic of the Mind Flayer, I will say, like, and I don't know if you guys saw it, like somebody talking about it, but I kind of just saw it as, Vecna's tower or whatever. I didn't see nobody say that was the Mind Flayer, like
I figured.
I figured, and I saw just a few people say it.
Yeah, I figured because you could see, and then obviously in this episode, that you can definitely see the legs of the spider, and it looks like a spider.
Yeah.
I just never really said it, but I was like, that might be the Mind Flayer, which is cool, which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I did like the actual, look of the Mind Flayer, not his, shadow form and things like that. I did like the way he looked. That was pretty cool. So that was a cool design.
He was a menace, bro. He was.
Yeah.
He was huge as shit.
Yeah.
Was he? He couldn't even catch Nancy.
Well, not menace in the sense of catching bodies, but he looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, because that was a positive. I was like, oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's really fucking cool. And then it turned into a negative because of how fast they beat him, and nobody
and that's what
died.
I'm saying. Like, you have this Mind Flayer, something that they never come across in their entire existence, and it doesn't kill none of them. Don't get me wrong, Elle saved them. Yes, I agree, but it still didn't take nobody out. What?
Yeah, I mean, that's where it goes back to, like, damn, bro, this show didn't kill nobody.
Bro, mind you, Miss Byers was with them the entire trip.
Yeah, she was. Joyce was there.
I said,
bro.
what is she doing up here?
Yeah. She was there for the final hack. That's what she was there for. You fucked with the wrong family.
And everybody's getting there. Yeah, that's for me. That one was for me.
Yeah, like, they all had their little moment flashbacks and stuff like that. Which there's a lot of flashbacks in this final episode. A lot, just to kind of, hey, remember this 10 years ago? So.
Which I didn't mind. It's
it made sense. I mean, it's been a decade, so for sure.
Randy Ray said first hour was amazing. I can admit that the second hour, like after the fight, could be bad, but I think people should be happy about the ending because it's hard to end a series with being that long.
I don't know if you were here from the jump, but we liked the second half more than the first half. That's where we're at right now. So,
because I don't know about time, but it started off good to me. Besides, like them faking out Steve, I was like, okay, all right,
yeah,
it did. And then the middle is kind of where it lost me, but obviously we agree that the ending the ending of this is good. Like I said, they gave everybody that survived, even though we think more people should have, bit the bullet. The people that survived got a good send-off, a good wrap-up to the show. So I do agree. And like you kind of said, Randy, it's hard to end a series, even long or short. It's just hard. That's the hardest thing to do. 100%.
Yeah.
So it is kind of whatever. Cecilia said 11 bit the bullet, and that broke my heart.
But
did she?
See,
that's what I'm saying. I think she did, bro.
See,
I don't.
But how would Mike know all that?
But how he makes a great point. How was she using her ability to talk to me when those things are on?
That's the only thing that doesn't make sense. And mind you got to also remember, she said it in the episode, I can't do that unless I'm in my tub. She can't do that. So how is she able to do it magically all of a sudden perfectly right now? The only explanation would be that she got away and she was able to do that.
The fingers twitching too is another thing. They've shown that earlier in the season with the fingers twitching, and they show that that's the illusion and stuff like that. That's Kali doing that. So if we could go back and watch that scene again before he alludes to it again and talking about it again, and the fingers twitching, that's confirmation in my eyes. I wasn't paying attention to that though, or maybe it wasn't even zoomed in on that. So
I don't know, man.
She's not gone. She's not gone.
Oh man.
I have.
Oh well, no, that was because I was gonna say wait, they showed it, but then again, that was him just talking about it, and they were just showing.
That's what I was gonna say, but
Mhm.
as he's doing everybody's, final future, selves and how they're doing in the future, it showed everybody's, at the movie theater, at the bar, at different places in their lives, and at college and things like that. There was no reason for me to believe that that's not what's gonna happen. That's not, what really happened.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is probably what happened to L2. No, I mean, obviously you can go back and forth, and that's probably what they want is like, oh, well, is she really or is she really
they
not?
just want you to talk about it.
Yeah, they want you to talk about it. And the only thing is, how does she use her powers when the thing's wrong? That's the only thing. That's the really
And
the concrete.
He showed his memory. They had a 360 of that place.
Yeah.
We got a couple comments here. Let me see. Landon said, for how bad I thought episode 7 was, I was very pleased with this episode. Oh, hey, I'm glad.
And that's
you
fair.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
fine. It's not
fair.
horrible.
Randy Ray commented again, said also Jonathan shined this episode in my opinion.
Shined. Okay. Let's backtrack what he did. He saved Steve's life.
Mhm.
W. He basically made, he was friends with him. They made up, they talked about all their differences.
Which I like that scene. I did like that scene.
And
Um,
what else did he do?
He fought the mind flayer along with everybody.
They all fought it.
the mind flayer. He fought the
And
mind
I
flayer.
will say, when Dustin and Steve went underneath it, I said, yo, they're crazy.
Yeah, that's why. What if that thing just
That's what I
falls
was
right?
saying, bro. If it falls,
Done.
they're done for. But
Done.
clearly they weren't worried about it. And
I mean, they knew they had 2025 plot armor. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
They weren't worried about none of that.
the Duffer plot armor.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. Like, I like the scenes that Jonathan was in, but I don't know. Shine may be a little strong, but it is what it is. Unknown Error said there is possibly some twitching. Just rewatched, but it's not clear.
Hey, there you go.
Is he talking about
Maybe.
for L, right?
A finger twitching.
Yeah, because in Mike's memory of it, they focused on her hand for sure. Like,
Yeah, for sure. But
yeah,
but of the actual scene, did they focus on it? Did they
Yeah,
leave enough room for
exactly.
us to see the viewers? I don't know. We'll see.
Yummy Food said the fight was very underwhelming. The Mind
Yeah.
Flayer was basically a bigger monster from season 3, and it bit the bullet so easily to man-made weapons instead of
Yep.
alien technology.
That's true.
that
And
is
where
true.
did the Demogorgons go?
We've been asking the same
Yeah.
questions, man. Where's
Demodogs,
everything?
Demogorgons, the Demobats.
Like-
We're all the demos. We're all of them.
It felt like
We're-
they get to the end and just everything that they fought disappeared. Like,
I
telling me
guess
those
they
three
ran
dogs
out.
that Miss Wheeler just blew up. Those were the last 3.
That's it. That was the last 3,
That
man.
was it.
The other ones were on the other side of the planet, I guess. I don't know.
They're still in Russia
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that was wild
Crazy,
though.
man.
That was wild for sure.
That no doubt about it. Yeah, just the bats. Where did you use the bats to kill Eddie? Where the hell did the
Yeah,
bats?
no bats
go?
all season is crazy. Not one.
That was the last time we saw him. That was it.
Nuts.
Gone. I don't know. I guess if you put all those things in there, how can they survive? They shouldn't have been able to survive in the first place
that's
fighting
what I'm
the Mind Flayer,
saying.
but like you
It's
throw all those
supposed to
things in there, how?
It's supposed to be a battle against something a whole planet of something that you don't know about, and there's nothing on there besides Vecna and the mind. Like what?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
I don't
that was
know,
crazy.
man.
Yeah, I don't know. I did like when I wish it was a little more explained, and it kind of felt rushed in my opinion. But the whole thing with Vecna / Henry and his backstory, I wish we got more of that. But they did the thing where it's like, oh, is Vecna about to switch sides? And I was so happy with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to be pissed.
Yeah, no, I
I was about to be
ready.
pissed.
I
Yeah.
was ready, but I was like, okay, that's a W that you stayed on the side that you're with, because we with the power of Vecna are gonna fight the Mind Flayer.
Yeah,
Like,
that
no,
would've
no,
been
no,
so
no, no,
pissed.
that
The power of
no,
Vecna.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is like, because like I said, didn't see the play, so obviously they probably explain how he gets there and all that, but he didn't have powers until the thing got into him, right?
Until the Mind
That's
Flayer
what
gave
that
him the
explained.
powers. So what that to me, I'm glad you brought that up. That's exact. That's what I think it explained, right? Like I don't know if that was a piece of the mind flare. That I'm assuming that's what it was. I don't know how that scientist even got that in the first place. I wish they would have gone into that lore more. That would have been cool to see how all of that.
This is where I see holes, because it's like, for one, the doctor said once it gets you, however he explained, he was like saying it's going to control you and it's going to try and make you do things.
Take over all of you.
So you're telling me Henry was the first one that was taken and turned into what he is?
Probably not.
So
probably not.
And that would explain why there's more, but
that goes back to Henry's thing of it's a choice, right? And he made the decision. Maybe the ones before him didn't make that decision and they died. I don't know. Obviously, speculation. Like I said, I wish they would have gone into that, but it is what it is. But on that point, that makes Papa super impressive to me now, because he made kids based off of Henry. And I was like, yo, he had the mind flare thing, but he made. Yeah. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, he is super a badass in my opinion. Like, he was able to replicate that. So that was cool.
More comments. Where did I leave off? Unknown said, yeah, the finger twitching is really unclear. Somebody else commented, so throw it up. She could just be moving her hands. I will say, though, the way she vanishes is consistent with how Kali's other illusions vanish.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Actually. Yeah.
Apollo said finale was terrible. Vecna easily defeated in 50 minutes. Flawless victory.
Yeah. Yep, agreed.
Unknown commented again, said lack of monsters was an L for sure, 100%. Mm-hmm. I don't know where everything went. And then it goes into that thing where it's like, yeah, I don't know if they do use all that monsters. I don't know how they make it out of there.
Yeah,
but that's writing a show. You use that to, in the earlier seasons, you can't just make that shit disappear. And now it's like, okay, he can go in there scot-free. Nothing's going to happen. Like, that's bad writing. I'm sorry. It's not good writing.
You could have used Will's powers. He was there. He could have controlled some Demogorgons and done something with that. Yeah, I think you could have done that. Elle was there. Obviously, she was busy with Vecna. So, but, there was ways to do it, and they didn't want to do it. I don't know. Weird.
Jack Ellis said, with the 11th death, I feel like how it's made with it being an open thing for the audience to choose to believe she's alive. Oh, that's 100% what they went for.
Yeah.
That conversation, like,
they're trying to distract you from like the poor writing to just, is she alive? I'm just.
Roshan said, loved it. Too rushed though. Vecna too quickly defeated. Yeah,
I agree.
100%. Jack Ellis said, I honestly love the finale, and I think it's one of the best made finales of any series. Damn.
Big words.
Yeah, that's some big words, man.
Big statement.
Because I've seen like 1,000 theories that are better than this ending.
But hey, you liked it? I love that for you. Already read that. They didn't have enough time to tie up all these loose ends and fight all these monsters.
I mean,
said Landon.
They had 2 hours and they used half of that to do a send-off. So
I think he means like our cast didn't have enough time to fight all those monsters. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, then that goes back to Netflix and the Duffer Brothers. Whoever is in charge of that episode count, probably not the Duffer Brothers, but whoever's in charge of that episode count, like, Stranger Things is one of your biggest shows ever. Give it the proper, like, whatever it needs. Just give it whatever. Like, you will benefit from the show having a great ending that everyone loves.
And you know what? I have to apologize to Andrea, because I tried to argue to Andrea, like, no, the time like that they had in between making that season, they didn't forget things, but clearly they did. They made mistakes, and that's really what happened.
Yeah, they did.
What happens when you take a break? You make mistakes because you want to just slack off and think everybody's just gonna enjoy it because it's Stranger Things. But nah, man.
Well, see, to me, that's just lazy. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like, every writer doesn't forget a detail here.
For sure,
it's fine. Your show is only 4 seasons. Go back and watch it.
Yeah.
You could do it in a weekend.
Even if it's longer than that, writers should go back and watch their shit anyways to be like, okay, this is, what happened. Go back into your drafts, go back into your script and see what you wrote, do something. Don't just, fuck it, I forgot.
watch a YouTube.
It's there.
breakdown
It's
of this shit, yeah.
it's there.
Because a lot of the theories were revolving around the fact that Vecna went to high school with the parents. That was not explained
Yeah.
at all.
He was just
No-
there. He was just
Nobody knows.
yeah.
Yeah, the Wheelers are just over there making out. The rest of them are like, what? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's Miss Joy. Like, what? We're just
Yep.
walking past this. They literally said it. Yeah, just ignore it.
That pissed me off too. Max was like, I can walk you through. I know everything, forward and back. I've been through all of that. And she gets there and she's like, I gotta think. Give me some time to think. Relax. Hold on. I'm like, what do you mean? It's time to go. Let's.
Yeah.
Take
you were
us!
You were the one that reassured we could do this.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Like, you've been here before. You knew it was. Yeah, that was crazy. Roshan said, I thought more time would be spent in the Mindscape. I mean, yeah. That goes back to shit just being, like, rushed. It honestly.
Yeah.
2 hours and it feels rushed is
Yeah.
honestly insane. Apollo said, I also like how Nancy somehow outran the massive mind flayer across the
Right.
larger space. Apollo, you're not talking about the right thing. Listen. Nancy Rambo. How the
Yes.
how
I
the
said
fuck
those exact words to Gloria. We got Nancy Rambo.
did she not have to reload?
Yeah.
Reload, and then she has all this stuff on her. She only had the MC. It had a grenade launcher. She never shot the grenade launcher on that shit.
Bro, mind you, when it
Bro.
first started and they were running away and Steve tried to turn around, she said, no, it's too late. Let her go. Like, we on the same page. Nope. She hustling to that cave. Bro, it's no way, man.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're on the same page. Yummy said, I expected a way more better fight between Vecna and L, even though there is also Will restraining him. I don't know how much of the Mind Flayer powers was given other than the body and moving worlds.
I'm not gonna lie. I agree because they emphasize that Vecna is stronger, and he even told Elle, yeah, you got stronger, but she's gotten naturally stronger. He's gotten power up stronger. He has 12 kids.
Yeah.
He was getting buffed up the entire episode. We saw him hanging for like 3 episodes straight. Actually,
Yeah.
he might have been hanging since he went back in
Since
there
he was-
after
yeah.
he came in and messed everything up. He should have been hanging that whole time. So he's charged up. How are you losing this?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Like,
Yeah.
Will got those powers in that 4th episode.
And never used them
he
again.
he was just a god the whole time.
But he never really used them again, though, was my thing. Like, after the first episode, or
Yeah.
was it the
Well, he
last
used
episode
it
of the
to
first
break
part?
his leg.
Oh, yeah. To break his
Yeah,
leg
and then he
once.
told him
But
to get out
not
and
to the
get
level
out.
he would. Yeah. Not to the level we saw him fuck up all the Demogorgons. But that was disappointing.
Yeah, no.
But I'm saying, like, that same scene, you see Vecna has overpowered him regardless of what he can do. So clearly Will
Yeah.
doesn't have. So why didn't that happen at the end? Why is he allowing Will to stop him? He should have gotten told him to get out, and just like that, we're back to square one.
I think it's different when L's in front of you, and you got to worry about that, too. I mean,
Crazy,
Yeah,
man.
man. I don't like Vecna in season 4. Like, I was so enamored with him as a villain. Like, I thought he was incredible. Like, we're in for
Mhm.
some all timing shit. And season 5, no, like, hyperbole, whatever you want to say, they threw all that shit away.
Listen,
yeah.
They
Listen,
threw
listen,
all
listen,
the prospect of Vecna being a great villain out the window. He did nothing.
bro, listen. Vecna is a fraud. All right, it's 2 things. One, that scene when the kid's running in the cave and he grabbed what's his name, Derek, or not Derek. He grabbed Holly, and Derek was pulling.
Mhm.
I said, "There's no way this kid is about to overpower Vecna and not get Holly."
He
What
kind of touched
happened?
the shade of the thing, and it did show. And you hear the little thing, or whatever whatever sound effect they decided to use, but it did touch that little shadow of the cave, and
Losing
it
me.
kind of let it go.
C on TikTok said, "I wish the Mind Flare was more expanded upon, not just some physical spider
Yeah.
in the battle." Yeah,
I would have,
Yeah.
because when we saw that, the backstory of the Mind Flayer, he said, "Come find me, and I was like, "Oh shit, what does he got going on over there? What's his goal?
yeah.
How did he even know about Earth?"
Yeah, for that scene when they show like him talking to Henry, they made it seem like, oh, he's and obviously
guy.
people speculated like he's the guy, and I guess he still is, but it's just like, damn, bro, he did nothing.
Yeah.
Like he's just a brute.
Nigga woke up
At
and
the
went back
last
to
scene.
sleep.
Yeah,
was weird.
Mind you, he didn't even peek into any other world. Like he didn't even get past his sleeping, his bed. He got 2 feet away from his bed. He got into the driveway. He didn't even get on the road. Like,
yeah,
for sure.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Apollo said they could have just ended it after season 4. Vecna was beating much better. Season 5 felt pointless. So I'll talk about that. I was thinking that. I don't remember exactly how season 4 ended, other than the streets splitting into 4s. But I was thinking that during the time, like, damn, bro, like if this is what we were gonna do, like season 5 felt like a cash grab. Like we could have really just ended this at season 4. Vecna defeated. You don't gotta bring him back.
I'm telling you, I've been telling y'all this for years. Every time they make a season, I said they're just dragging this shit. This shit should not be this long.
But season 4 was good though.
Yeah, season 4 was great.
Man, I was a hater. Good. Y'all remember I was hating. I said, no, this should have been over.
Well, as long as you acknowledge it. He said something else, but I wanted to talk about that. Welcome to Derry is much better than the show.
Clears.
Actual stakes and the main characters don't have the best plot armor in history.
Absolutely agree. Clears.
Damn, man.
More on that, later. Obviously, we get into our end of year review type shit. So, but yeah, welcome to Derry. For sure.
He also said Derek was a solid 250 pounds, though. Henry was 150 pounds.
Hey.
But we know Derek has no physical strength, my boy. What are we doing? We're pulling.
You don't need it. You don't need it when you got weight on you. You don't need it.
Mind you, he has powers that
you gotta pull Holly in that
telepathic powers, and he can literally like grab people,
pull her back like he did at the end from the sky, right, Cody?
Come on, J-Mag. Come on.
He could have just pulled her back instead of trying to grab her, couldn't
let me
he?
Use my brainstorm.
Damn.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
You literally just pulled her from the upside down back to the
like 1,000
to the
feet
abyss.
Out the air, like
yeah, that's true, bro.
Damn. Here comes Derek.
Damn, that's I can't even. Yeah, wow,
bro, you're losing me, man. This is super powered up Vecna. This isn't just basics. This isn't season 4 Vecna. This is season 5 Vecna. You're losing.
That force pull Vecna used to pull up Holly was crazy.
It was insane, bro.
That was a feat. That was
a feat.
Yeah,
because that proved like he's buffed up. Like this is different. He's on another level right now. But clearly not.
Yeah. Like when Elle first pulled up on all of them with the kids and pushes Henry, she pushed him like far.
Yeah, she pushed him out the house. Oh, was it out the house? But it was far.
No, because he had to step back in.
Yeah, you're right.
He had to step back in, and it was just like, okay, well, she's this strong. I know Vecna's stronger
for sure.
So let's see that, but we never see that gap in strength actually materializing. That was disappointing. Michael said, underwhelming, unsatisfied. What happened to Dr. K?
Yeah, they never gave the military ending. They just
that's the one ending. Yeah, that they never. I guess
Elle's gone. All right, pack it up.
Let's go. Move on. Let the kids go.
Crazy. I didn't think about that. We don't even get to see like ramifications of nothing. It's kind of like how you guys are talking about Welcome to Derry. Like, oh well, Pennywise is gone. We're good.
Yeah.
Let's dip out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool Wave said, do you think there will be spinoffs? Yeah, they confirmed that they are doing a spinoff.
There are doing spinoffs. Stranger Things Tales from 85 set between seasons 2 and 3. So there you go. You got a time period. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. It's going to focus on that. And I think that's animated, if I'm not mistaken. Plus a prequel stage play, The First Shadow, which explores Henry Crill's origin in 1959. There you go. That was aiming to create an anthology supernatural world without relying on the OG characters. And it does appear that this is the Duffer Brothers stuff. So they are doing their stuff.
So they're just milking it for sure now. That's confirmed.
Yeah, there you go. Tales from 85.
Interesting. Roshan said, according to the show's logic, the only thing keeping Vecna alive was his ability to hide from the gang in the abyss. Once the kids reached the abyss, his fate was sealed.
I mean, yeah, that's the show. Once the kids found you, you're done.
Like then, and that's why. So going back to what I said at the beginning, that's why I felt like what the show gave us for the first 4 seasons, it should have been expected what you're getting in 5. All these theories about these overdeveloped plots, like, come on, they never showed us that. So what do we get? We get them finally going on their D&D battle. They're hunting down the final boss. Like that's what happened. That's how the show was supposed to end from everything else we got. So that's why I was saying I'm not going to be as harsh because I feel like we were setting the bar way too high for the show. The show was never up there. It was always at a medium, and we just threw it up for no reason.
Yeah.
Read these last two unless more come in, obviously. Lolo said I haven't watched it yet. We'll go watch it.
Go watch it.
Go watch that for sure.
2 hours.
Yummy Food again said the Mind Flayer is like a little god of Dimension X. I just expected the game to take down Vecna and blow up the Upside Down, severing the connection from the Abyss to the Upside Down. The freaking military could have taken down the Mind Flayer. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, 1,000%. The kids can do it.
Yeah.
Give them military good weapons and find out.
Because again, I'm saying this again. That is the worst military in the history of television.
That military was a bunch of frauds, man. Listen, Hopper took them out like they never had training. It blows my mind.
Hopper's a OG, man. Come on now.
Oh man,
that's the sheriff.
Constant them getting the kids getting away, even in scenes where Elle's not there. It's just
it's like, what are we doing, man?
The whole thing was just a D&D game.
There's no
Imagine.
real tension.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it felt like at the end when they even go over and they play their own game. Like, that's what it feels like. We just watched the D&D game. That's all it was. They were never gonna lose.
Yeah. Like I said, this was average, man. That's why I gave it a 5. This was nothing crazy. Obviously, we talked about the good points already. I don't feel like this was better than Stranger Things 1 through 4, and Jed mentioned it earlier. Stranger Things 2 was, in my mind, the worst season. But after this, it's obviously not in my opinion. So that's why I'm at the 5. Stranger Things 5 gets a 5.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Because we were talking about it last episode, I think. We talked about it on there. But it got to the point where the second volume was getting so hated online that to have Stranger Things in that conversation, even have a fight to be in that, TV show mythos of greatest shows ever, the finale would have had to be a 10 to even have a fight to sit at that table again. And unfortunately, now it's you can't put Stranger Things at that table.
You can't do it.
Without getting laughed at. No way. There's no way. It sucks.
Rushed final boss fight that's been building up the entire show.
Yep.
Really no character deaths whatsoever. Fake outs instead of that was crazy. At one point, I thought Murray was going to die. Gloria was like, "Oh, is he going to jump off with the grenades at the helicopter?" I said, "No."
That would have gotten.
Yeah.
I said, "I didn't even think about that."
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I was like, he's just going to chuck it, but no, he ended up chucking it. But I was like, okay, that might have been. And Murray could have been the ones that died. Maybe. Obviously, that wouldn't have had the full impact like one of the main cast, but at least you got somebody there. But no, for them not to do that to anybody. Yeah, I mean, that's disappointing.
I want to say, because, man, how do I even explain this? So going back to the episode 7, everybody had something to say about the coming out scene. And I'm not going to specifically talk about the scene. I'm going to talk about what people were trying to say. They were saying, oh, y'all just aren't paying attention. This matters because Vecna said he was going to use his weakness against him. In the entire final battle, nobody had any weaknesses used against them besides Hopper. And it happened alone to himself. So, I get the idea, and it makes sense that he was going to use Will's weakness against him, but there was no point in time where that would have even made sense. There was no point where that made sense. I don't see, that goes back to what I'm trying to say. Oh, the reason I'm saying is because I don't feel like that scene was even needed the way it was done. They could have had his reveal at any point in time regularly with the main 4, but no, they did it in a crowd of 12 for no reason. It didn't apply to the plot at all. Because Vecna had no opportunity to even do anything like that. So, gotta get that out there.
No, I agree with that. Vecna didn't do nothing.
He did nothing. He just
fought
hell.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's read these last comments and then get to the end of year stuff here.
Yemi said, "Oh yeah, when Holly the first time." Oh, Apollo said, "Kids beat the Mind Flayer with flare guns and super soakers."
Bro, what?
Not a single death is crazy. Yeah, it's actually it's mind-blowingly bad, honestly. Oh yeah, when Holly the first time escapes Henry's mind, she didn't spit out that gray mist. Unlike this time, when they got unplugged? Did it have something to do with the portal in the red world?
I could have sworn she did spit it out the first time, and that's the first time we saw it because we've seen it before this scene. What scene was that?
I don't even
What?
remember.
The mist?
The black mist coming out of their mouth. We've seen
Yeah,
that
yeah.
scene. That had to have happened the first time Holly came out, right? Am I tripping? Because
I don't remember that happening.
Just said that didn't happen. But
Yeah, I don't
we've
remember
seen
that happening.
mist before. What was the first?
Well,
time
that
we
was
saw
in
mist?
Will when Will coughed that shit up.
That might have been it then. So then, yeah. Then if Holly didn't do it in that first time, then yeah, I don't know. Just poor writing. I mean, we already know now that it's confirmed that there's a lot of plot holes. A lot.
Yeah.
And then Roshan said, "Why didn't Vecna kidnap multiple kids in season 1, 2, 3, or 4? Why bother build the tunnels in season 2? Just kidnap Gits and merge the dimensions."
Yeah,
Mhm.
like knowing his plan now, what he did was so extra and pointless. Like obviously there's the idea that the reason that the Will is a part of this and Max is because he was going after the kids, like we know. But what is going on with the whole what happened to Max? That wasn't even necessary. You could literally just go kidnap the kids. You could literally send Demogorgons to kidnap the kids and nobody would know.
They could have done a kid here, a kid there throughout the first 4 seasons, and reveal like, oh, this is where they've been at the entire time. Yeah, yeah, that would have been better.
Like what?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Hopper had a line at the end too. Kids go missing all the time, and
exactly.
Hawkins, and that didn't equate. Yeah, so them doing that, the way I said it, where they could have just took a kid or two throughout the entire show, each season, to the buildup of the final. Like, oh shit, we found them. This is where all the kids are missing, and that would have been cool.
He could have had like 30 kids, but nope.
He just needed 12. That's all he needed. He didn't need no more, no less.
Going after Holly and Derek. Are we serious, bro?
That's it.
Crazy.
Damn. All right. Well, there you go. I mean, a 5 from me for the finale, and the season 5 as a whole has just got a whole 5. Points listed. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm back down to that 6.
Yeah.
Probably 5, but I'm at 6 again.
Unfortunate.
All right. Well, there you go. Definitely, if you guys haven't seen it. Actually, you know what I want to know? Did you guys check this out in theater? How was the theater reactions with I know they had to be going crazy too on that first Steve fake out. Like, I was like, oh, they had to be going crazy, right? So if you've seen it in theater, definitely let me know your thoughts on that experience. I'm very curious on that. And then if you have seen it, obviously drop your ratings on the finale, the season, and then the entire show. What did you guys think about that? Drop all those thoughts down in the comments below.